Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Anime No Mi channel. Luffy has recently experienced a significant betrayal from a member of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Even so, he is gathering many allies to fight by his side in the great battle that will take place at the end of the One Piece story. This battle will decide the fate of the world as we know it. Marines, revolutionaries, and pirates. In today's video, we're going to talk about the most powerful pirate crew of all time, the final fleet of the Straw Hats. Be sure to like today's video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video with your friends, and most importantly, comment on which character you think should join the Grand Fleet. Now, let's dive into the video. Guys, many important characters are expected to join Luffy in the upcoming great battle. Nekomamushi and Inuarashi will definitely take part in this clash. Inuarashi is very grateful to the Straw Hats for saving the citizens of Zoo after they were devastated by Jack's invasion. He believes Luffy will become the next Pirate King. Like the rest of the Mink tribe, Nekomamushi is extremely thankful to the Straw Hat pirates, particularly Sanji, for saving them. When Sanji was forced to leave Zoo with Big J for his upcoming wedding, Nekomamushi understood the anguish of his crew members and asked Wanda and Carrot not to tell anyone what had happened, which led Nami to thank him for his understanding. However, he is not entirely in agreement with Tony Chopper's orders to rest due to the restrictions on his freedom. Like Inuarashi, Nekomamushi believes Luffy will become the Pirate King, as he willingly showed the road poneglyph in Zoo. Upon learning about Nico Robin's ability to read poneglyphs, Nekomamushi feared for her safety, but Robin assured him that her crewmates would protect her. Moving on, we recently saw that Law and Kid were defeated by the powerful pirates Teach and Shanks. This caused them to lose hope of finding the One Piece treasure. Even so, there's a chance that Law and Kid might return in the future to help Luffy and his crew become the Pirate Kings. Especially Law, who has always been a great friend to Luffy. He stood by Luffy even when things got tough, like during the fight against Doflamingo. Even after losing the fight, Law wanted to see what would happen because he cared deeply for Luffy. If something bad happened to Luffy, Law was ready to face the same fate. Law is a very loyal friend and always helps Luffy. For instance, he assisted Luffy in a major battle at Marineford. This loyalty could be one of the reasons why Law might come back to aid Luffy in the upcoming great battle. On the other hand, Kid isn't as close to Luffy. He was with Luffy during the Wano arc because they shared the same goal. Despite not being as close, Kid respects Luffy and sees him as a very strong pirate. It would be a bit more challenging for Kid to join the Straw Hat crew, but it's not impossible. Kid was defeated by Shanks. With just one attack, Kid's crew and ship were destroyed by the giants who are with Shanks. We don't know if Kid is still alive since he fell into the sea, and his chances of survival are slim. If Kid is still alive, it may be very difficult for him to continue pursuing his dream of becoming the Pirate King and finding the One Piece treasure. Shanks destroyed everything Kid had, forcing him to start over in his quest. This could lead Kid, and even Law, to rejoin Luffy in finding the treasure together. They might join the Straw Hat crew just to find the great treasure, no longer caring about becoming the Pirate King themselves. Characters who aren't pirates may also participate in this battle. For example, Luffy befriended Princess Shirahoshi after saving her from an axe thrown by Vanderdecken 9, and later learned that he had saved her beloved pet shark, Megalo. Furthermore, after seeing how Shirahoshi was able to honor her mother's final wish for so many years, Luffy recognized that she wasn't as weak as he had thought. After the island was saved and Luffy was about to leave, he promised to take her to the surface to see a real forest the next time they met. Due to this promise, she initially refused to attend the reverie with her family, showing strong devotion and friendship with Luffy. However, after hearing about Luffy's feats in Tato Land spread across the world, Shirahoshi decided to join her family, not wanting Luffy to call her weak again. With her power as Poseidon and her family's influence, she and the Fishmen could take part in this battle. We can also expect Bentham, better known as Bon Clay, to join Luffy's Grand Fleet along with everyone from New Kama Land. We know that Bon Clay is now the queen of New Kama Land, the secret garden of prisoners, a level in Impel Down previously led by Emporio Ivankov. At this moment of conflict, a new escape from Impel Down may occur, similar to what happened during the Marineford arc. The key point for this to happen is the fact that many revolutionary allies are imprisoned there. And taking advantage of mentioning Emporio Ivankov, we can imagine that everyone from the Kamabaka Kingdom might also join the Straw Hats, especially due to the respect they have for Sanji, who learned a lot there during the 2-year time skip. Additionally, we also have the Red Scabbards and the Kazuki family, who truly admire and respect the Straw Hat pirates, and this admiration grew even more after the end of Wano. Momonosuke feels very grateful to the Straw Hat pirates, and now that the world can finally be saved thanks to them, he would certainly go anywhere in the world to help Luffy. Now, let's talk about a pirate who holds great respect for Luffy and could join him in the future. Charlotte Katakuri. During the Tea Party, Katakuri was a major obstacle for the Straw Hats, trying to stop them from saving Sanji. After Luffy and his group managed to escape the castle, Katakuri went after them with a team, promising to capture Luffy before he became a problem for his mother. After Luffy led Katakuri into the mirror world to stop him from following his friends, the two fought fiercely. At first, Katakuri thought Luffy had no chance of defeating him, but he began to respect Luffy. Even though Katakuri claimed he wasn't underestimating Luffy, he didn't make sure that Luffy was completely defeated before stopping to eat snacks. When Luffy interrupted his meal and saw his face, Katakuri realized he had made a mistake by not finishing off Luffy completely. Furious, Katakuri tried again to defeat Luffy once and for all, but in his anger, Katakuri left an opening for Luffy to strike. When Luffy managed to gain a small advantage, Katakuri realized how strong Luffy was and began to understand how he defeated Katakuri's brother, Cracker. When Luffy had to stop fighting because his special power, Gear 4, was running out, Katakuri chased after him, not wanting to let him escape, but Luffy managed to flee from the mirror world before Katakuri could catch him. While resting, Luffy said he wanted to defeat Katakuri and return to fight him again. Katakuri was very impressed with Luffy's courage and began to see Luffy as a rival. Even though he wanted to defeat Luffy before he became a problem, Katakuri wanted to fight with honor. That's why he didn't like it when his sister Flampe interfered in the fight and even injured himself slightly to make the battle fairer. Katakuri even apologized to Luffy for what his sister did and used a special power, Hao Shoku Haki, to knock out Flampe and her helpers as punishment. During the fight, Katakuri told Luffy that he no longer saw him as a weak opponent. At the end of the battle, Katakuri couldn't fulfill his promise to finish off Luffy. Afterward, he spoke with Luffy and heard that Luffy wanted to defeat Big Mom and become the Pirate King. Katakuri believed in Luffy and wished him luck before passing out. Now that Big Mom has been defeated, her crew has lost their captain, who was greatly feared by other pirates. Without a Yonko to protect them, Tado Land was attacked by Teach's pirates and Germa 66. This showed that the Charlotte family is in serious trouble. With Pudding's capture by Teach's pirates, the Charlotte family might join the Straw Hats to rescue Pudding. There's even a chance they could join the Straw Hats in the final battle to defeat the powerful enemies that are appearing and help Luffy find the One Piece treasure. Another person who could join Luffy's crew is Bonnie. Although Luffy and Bonnie didn't meet personally in the Sabaody archipelago, Bonnie was angry with Luffy and his crew after they clashed with the Celestial Dragons. But when she read about Doflamingo's defeat, Bonnie began to admire Luffy and Law. She was impressed that Luffy managed to defeat such a strong and dangerous enemy. During the destruction of the Lulusia Kingdom, Luffy and his crew saved Bonnie near Egghead. When Luffy, Bonnie, Chopper, and Jinbe arrived at the beach in Egghead, Bonnie thanked Luffy for saving her, but reminded him that they were still rivals. Even though she considers herself a rival to Luffy, Bonnie seems very happy to be with the Straw Hats at various moments in the Egghead lab. This is similar to the relationship between Luffy and Law, who, despite being enemies, still respect each other and have a friendship. Luffy also shows that he cares about Bonnie. When he was planning to escape from Egghead, he searched for Bonnie and Vegapunk, saying he couldn't leave them behind on the island, showing his concern for Bonnie. Now that Bonnie is discovering more about her father Kuma's past, she might decide to join the Straw Hats. She may want to sail with them to try to help her father return to normal. The two crews could unite and form an alliance, which could be very important in the future since many problems are arising around the world. Currently, Teach is fighting Law. Sword is facing off against Blackbeard's pirates. The Marines are heading to Egghead to confront the Straw Hats, and even Shanks fought Kid to obtain information about the road Poneglyph. With so many battles happening, Bonnie might decide to join the Straw Hats to protect her own crew, as the Straw Hats fly the flag of a Yonko and also help Luffy and his friends when necessary. Now, let's talk about Boa Hancock, who is one of the most loyal characters to Luffy. Before she really got to know Luffy, Hancock thought he was just another man who didn't care about her. She believed that all men were selfish and arrogant, but Luffy proved her wrong. Luffy is possibly the only person outside of her family that Hancock considers a true friend and someone she can trust. Hancock fell in love with Luffy because he is brave and has a kind heart, willing to help even her sisters. This love made her ill, a sickness that caused previous Kuja empresses to lose their lives. However, Elder Nyan explained that the previous empresses died because they tried to hide their feelings and distance themselves from those they loved. But Hancock, by helping Luffy, is doing the opposite and will survive. That's what Hancock did. During the Great Battle at Marineford, she said that all men, whether Marines or pirates, were her enemies, except for Luffy. She was willing to help Luffy save his brother Ace. Hancock is very protective of Luffy. She was so angry when she saw Smoker holding Luffy that she attacked Smoker, which greatly surprised the Marines who were watching. She even declared that Luffy was her beloved. Ever since Luffy arrived at Marineford, Hancock has only cared about him. Whenever Luffy was attacked, she became very angry, and if she didn't know if he was okay, she would be very afraid. Even though Luffy doesn't feel the same way about her, Hancock wants to help Luffy whenever she can. This means that in the future, the Amazons of Amazon Lily might join the Straw Hats in the great battle that is coming. If the Amazons join the Straw Hats, the island of Amazon Lily could become protected by a Yonko. This would help prevent the Marines or other pirates from attacking the island. The revolutionaries should also act under the banner of the Straw Hat Pirates at that time, as this battle would be extremely important for the Straw Hats, who are expected to face Im-sama on the front lines. So we would surely see characters like Sabo and Dragon aligning with Luffy, given how much they care for him. But the most important thing is to know what you think about this. Who else could join them? Did I forget someone? Comment below. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.